Hey guys, and welcome back to Naruto episode 25. So in the last episode, we had the team doing the tuning exam, well, the written part anyway, and it was all about actually cheating, and you have to cheat to get the exam answers, which was an interesting way to do it. But I mean, I suppose like you're supposed to be a shinobi, so why would you be more interested in actually writing and all these mathematical equations than being like a sneaky students? So the team was basically, they'd figured it out, except Naruto, because of course, why would Naruto actually work that out? Everyone else seemed to be grasping it. There was a lot of people getting found out that they were cheating and getting kicked out of the exam. But the team seems to be doing well with the exception of Naruto. So there's only one way to find out what happens, that's by watching the next episode. But before we do remember, if you want to see these episodes uncut, unedited, and untransparent, you can do so by visiting the Patreon link is in the description down below. And if you're one of the many who are not yet subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so by hitting the big red subscribe button. But without further ado, let's crack straight into Naruto, episode 25.
Now that we've weeded out most of the hopeless cases, 15 minutes to go. Time for the main event.
That's like half of them.
Listen up. Here's the 10th and final question.
Here we go.
Oh,
Everything's riding on this one. Believe it.
you can do it.
The 10th question. All or nothing.
Man, this guy's full of himself.
This is it. The final obstacle. Hurry up, Kankuro. What good is your cheat sheet going to be if you miss the 10th question?
Konkuro's got a cheat sheet.
There are some more rules that you need to be aware of.
Uh-oh. Look at the old guy with the mustache. What?
Huh?
How long did he take in the bathroom?
Made it just in time. I hope you found your trip to the bathroom enlightening.
He's seen through the crow's disguise. He's onto us.
Well, take your seat.
I mean, he would probably know who... Oh. I was going to say, he would probably know who was the, like, who he picked.
Listen carefully, and try not to let them frighten you.
I'm worried.
Quiet without the rookies around.
Aw.
I almost miss them. Don't worry. Chances are they'll be back again sooner than you think. Why's that? I heard that their first examiner this year is Ibiki.
Huh? So, already their chances of passing look iffy.
I mean, they passed your tests, Kakashi.
So I'm ignorant. Who is he?
He's what you might call
A douchebag.
specialist.
Oh, yeah? In what?
Specialist in douchebaggery.
Interrogation. Torture.
That,
Oh, of course he won't be using physical torture during the test. He won't need to. That's not really his thing anyway. He works on people's minds, not their bodies. He's famous for it. Everyone knows about the head of the Yambu Torture and Interrogation Corps for the Hidden Leaf Village.
everyone.
If even the rules are scary, what's the question like?
Very well then. Rule number 1. Each of you is free to choose not to be given the final question. It's your decision.
What?
What? We're free to choose.
Whoa, so what's the catch? Let's say we decide we don't want to do it. What happens then?
No questions!
Regardless of your answers to the other 9, you'll get a 0.
What?
And that means, of course, both your teammates fail as well.
I don't understand.
Who would choose to fail?
Yes, why would you choose... Yeah, what?
Not so fast. You didn't let me finish.
It's because you speak so slowly.
If you do accept the question but answer it incorrectly, you will not only fail, you will be barred from taking the tuning exam ever again!
Okay.
That's ridiculous! What kind of bogus rule is that? There's
I
lots
know.
of people here who've taken the test before.
Yeah, rough.
I guess you're just unlucky. I wasn't making the rules before, but I am now.
Yeah, but I doubt you could enforce that.
If you're not feeling confident, then by all means skip it. You can come back and try again next year.
I mean, it's twice a year, so.
If any one of us chooses to skip it, then all three of us fail? Forget it! That's not gonna happen! But on the other hand, you only get one shot. Screw up and you'll never get another chance. Either way, it stinks. This is so unfair. Why couldn't they just give us a normal test?
I mean, it is stupid, but obviously it's psychological warfare.
Now then, if you're ready. The 10th and final question. Those who don't want to take it, raise your hand. Your number will be recorded, and then you're free to go.
Is anyone gonna chicken out? I can't imagine them being able to enforce that the next time.
If I get it wrong, I'll be a Genin for the rest of my life. And the way things are going. But I can't just skip it. Then we all fail. I can't do that to the others.
Well, I'm okay. He's not getting me to chicken out. No way I'm raising my hand. Oh, but what about Naruto?
Good for you,
He doesn't
Sakura.
stand a chance.
Naruto will be fine, don't worry about it.
It's okay, don't worry about us. There's always next year.
Aww.
Just think of yourself.
She cares about Naruto. Aww.
I'm out. That's it. I'm out.
What a loser.
I'm sorry.
Number 50, fail. Number 130, number 110. That means you're out too.
Wow.
And Inoho, I'm sorry, guys.
I'd be fuming.
That's it. I quit. Me too, sir. I'm out.
I said it's like dominoes, isn't it? It's like a cascade. Turns out that just actually staying there for the final question was the final question.
Why don't you raise your hand? Naruto.
He's not gonna raise his hand, okay? Believe it. He can't chicken out. Never be Hokage if you chicken out.
He has a one-track mind. That dream's all he's got. It would kill him to have it taken away forever. But he's too stubborn to raise his hand.
That's correct. And that's what's gonna make him Hokage one day.
I can't let you do it to yourself, Naruto.
Don't you dare. I don't... What? Naruto? Put your goddamn hand down. There's no way he's just checking it out. I mean, if anything, he's just gonna go and fly kick the guy. Can I go to the bathroom, please?
You see, this guy, Ibiki, he's a master of interrogation because he understands how the human mind works. He knows just where to probe to uncover your weaknesses. The thing is, he's so good at his job, he doesn't use physical torture. He doesn't need to. He just messes up your head so bad, you torture yourself.
Which is exactly what's happening to Naruto. But, I mean, he's that stubborn, I don't understand it.
Don't underestimate me. I don't quit and I don't run. You can have all you want. You guys aren't gonna scare me off. No way. I don't care if I do get stuck as a Genin for the rest of my life. I'll still be Hokage someday.
I love him! Just no reason whatsoever. He's just like, screw you, man! I'm Naruto!
But he's still going for it. The kid's got guts, I'll give him that.
Way to go. You crazy little fool.
Yeah, crazy little pineapple.
If for any reason you would rather quit, now's your last chance.
No way. I never go back on my word. That's the way of the ninja.
I can't believe that Naruto has just, like, single-handedly raised everyone else's morale. Like, what?
Remarkable. That little outburst has given the others some backbone. He's inspired them into staying. 78 left. More than I expected.
Naruto's a true leader.
I think that's it. Well then, I admire your determination, if nothing else. For those of you remaining, there's only one thing left to do. And that's for me to tell you
You passed.
that you've all passed the first exam.
Questions were all bullcrap.
Hold on. What just happened? What do you mean we passed? Where's the 10th question?
The 10th question was, would you stay?
Actually, your decision to stay was the answer to the 10th question.
Huh? Wait a second. So the other 9 questions you gave us were just a waste of time.
No, it's to see if you could cheat without getting caught.
Quite the opposite. The first 9 questions had an important overriding purpose. To test your ability to surreptitiously gather strategic intelligence under the most adverse circumstances.
That's what I said.
Oh, well that clears up everything.
Let me explain. You see, my objective was to test you not only as individuals, but as a team, and on how well you function as a part of that team. That's why the test was scored on a team basis, so you'd know that everything you did or failed to do would directly affect your teammates. I wanted to see how you'd handle the pressure.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. That's why I kept my cool.
Oh, shut up, Naruto.
First 9 questions on the test were difficult. In fact, as you may have realized, too difficult for any genin to be expected to solve. I imagine that most of you quickly came to that conclusion. That you'd have to cheat if you had any chance of passing. The fact is, the test was designed to encourage cheating. It almost demanded it.
Well, you pretty much had to. So where was all the answers, though? Or was it just that...
So I disguised 2 Chunin who already knew the answers, and
yeah.
had them sit in with you.
See, I thought it was the guys on the outside that had the answers.
Oh, come on. I wasn't fooled for a second. You had to be a complete doofus not to see it. Isn't that right, Hinata?
I mean, you are a complete doofus.
Those who were caught at it failed. Better not to cheat than to cheat clumsily. Information. It can be the most valuable weapon in battle. How well you gather intelligence can determine whether a mission's a failure or success. There'll be times you'll have to risk your life to get it.
Wow. Freddy Krueger.
Scars and puncture wounds, burn marks. What he must have endured.
Of course, you must always consider the source of your information. Intelligence gathered from an enemy is not necessarily accurate.
Depends how it's gathered.
Disinformation can be worse than no information at all. It can lead to the death of comrades, or the loss of a village. That's why I put you in the position where you had to gather accurate intelligence. Cheat in order to survive. And that's why those who weren't good enough at it were weeded out, leaving the rest of you.
Okay, but I'm still not getting what the 10th question thing is all about.
Seeing if you broke or not.
Question was the main point of the whole exam. Surely you see that.
Sure, but explain it anyway.
Of course, Sakura.
The goal was to test you not only as individuals, but as part of a squad. The final question gave you 2 choices, both difficult. You could choose to play it safe and skip the question, though it meant that both you and your teammates would be failed. Or you could try and answer it, knowing if you got it wrong, you would lose your chance of ever being Chunin.
But it's being selfish or working with your team.
But just the sort Chunin have to face almost every day. For example, let me give you a hypothetical mission. To steal a document from an enemy stronghold. You have no idea how many ninja the enemy has, or how heavily armed they are. Furthermore, you have reason to believe that the enemy expects you, that you might very well be walking blindly into a trap. Now, do you have the option of taking a pass on this insane mission? Of saying my comrades and I would rather live to fight another day? Can you choose to avoid danger?
Or do you rush headlong in?
There will be many missions that will seem almost suicidal if you think about it. But you do not think about it. You think only of the goal, and of achieving it through courage and discipline.
Yeah, just don't think about it. Easy.
These are the qualities required of a Chunin squad leader. Those who choose the safer of 2 paths. Those whose determination falters in the face of adversity. Those who would put their comrades' lives in jeopardy by worrying about their own. Those who would save their own necks at the price of sacred honor will never be able to call themselves Chunin, at least as long as I'm here.
Believe it.
As for the rest of you, you have successfully answered the 10 questions I put to you. You have earned the right to continue on to the next step. You have passed through the first gate.
Yay.
There's nothing left but to wish you all good luck.
And Merry Christmas.
One down!
He's a funny one, that kid.
Oh, he's a nutter. Jesus!
Is this part of the test?
I would expect as much, aye.
Jumped the gun as usual.
Heads up, boys and girls. This is no time to be celebrating. I'll be your next proctor, Anko Mitarashi.
Alright.
Ready for the second test? Good! Then let's go! Follow me!
Not quite.
Early again.
Great screaming nutcase. She reminds me of Naruto.
How many are there? Ibiki, you let all these guys pass? Your test was too easy.
Oh,
Or it could be a stronger crop of candidates this year.
I think so.
They sure don't look it.
Your outfit is weird.
More than half will be eliminated.
Huh? More than half? Really?
This is gonna be fun. Alright, you maggots have had it easy so far, but things are gonna be different starting first thing in the morning. I'll let your squad leaders know where you're to meet me. Dismissed.
Oh, what's the next test? It's got to be bobbing for apples. Naruto's. 0 answers.
I just passed a candidate who didn't answer a single question. Naruto Uzumaki. He's a funny one, all right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Whoa, nice place. What is it?
It's where you were walking the dog.
It's the 44th Battle Training Zone. But we call it the Forest of Death.
What happened to the other 43?
Forest of Death?
You couldn't really call it the Forest of Sunshine and Rainbows, could you? It would kind of take away from the whole dark and mysterious thing. Oh, that was interesting. Like, yeah, I think we kind of came to the conclusion about the test. But no, it was a good way to pull it all back to actual, like, what would happen if they were ninja, which is cool, man. I feel like everything. See, if everything had a practical explanation like that and a practical application, then you would probably find people more willing to learn. Which was like that was when I was in university, when I was studying for my business degree. It was all very like practical, which was really cool. And it made it much more enjoyable because you could see like where it would go in the workplace. I feel like that's one of the cool things about that exam was it wasn't just sit down and work out all this stuff. It was, no, you're going to need to steal the answers because like when you're a ninja in the field, you're not going to have all the answers. You're going to need to acquire them in different ways. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I liked the 10th question thing. Even though I called it. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for in this episode. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Studio. You've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.